Hi, today I'll be teaching you how to solve linear equations. So the key concept to keep in mind is that you should always bring the variable to one side and the numbers to the other side in order to solve. So let's take a look at an example. 7x plus 2 is equal to 16. Remember, we have to bring all the numbers to one side and all the variables to the other. So that way we can subtract 2 from each side. So from this side it's 7x plus 2 minus 2 is equal to 7x, and doing 16 minus 2 gives us 14. And now we can divide each side by 7 in order to just get x. So we get x is equal to 14 divided by 7, which is equal to 2. Okay, so that makes sense. Let's look at a more difficult example. 15x plus 2 is equal to x minus 8. So now we have variables and numbers on both sides of the equation. So let's bring the x to one side. So we can do 15x minus x because we have an x here and we have an x here, and we want to get rid of this x and bring it over to this side. So that's why we can do 15x minus x, which will give us 14x. And then for the other side, since we have 2 here and minus 8 here, we want to bring the minus 2 to this side. And since it's a plus, we need to subtract it away. So that's why we'll get minus 8 minus 2, which is equal to minus 10, right? So 14x is equal to minus 10. So that means that x is equal to minus 10 over 14, which is equal to minus 1 over 4 as a fraction, which is also, as a decimal, minus 0.25. You can plug it into your calculator and test it out. Okay, let's take a look at one final example, which is 4 divided by 3x is equal to 8. Okay, so now we have a fraction, and this might seem kind of strange at first sight, but don't worry. Since it's a fraction, that means to get rid of this and bring it over to here, just because we want to have it on one side, right? We don't want it to be in a fraction. We can multiply. We can always multiply the denominator of any fraction, which is this side. This is always the denominator. This is the numerator. So anyway, we can multiply the 8 by 3x in order to bring it to this side. So let's do that. 4 is equal to 8 times 3x. So 4 is equal to 24x. And now we can do x is equal to 4 divided by 24, which when simplified is equal to 1 over 6. Okay, so just remember, always bring the variable to one side and the numbers to the other side, and you'll be able to solve the expression.